Hey everybody, and welcome back to Pros versus Joes, and it is sugarcane harvest. Again, this is sugarcane harvest.
Is it working?
Version 2. So far, I'm only taking a little nibble out of the field. Not when we turn around. Version 2, we decided we're going to try something a little different. We're going to go with the big case harvester. Okay.
Is it filling? Okay.
I'm only nibbling a little bit.
Jesus, not to worry.
5. So we had a little less than expected yield out of the pull behind harvesters. We're hoping we would get $500,000 based on our calculations. We only got 300,000. But if you look at the distance texture, you see where it's dark on the right? That's where we planted new. You see where it's a little bit lighter shade on the left? That's where we started to harvest. But those dark strips on the left, that's all in theory lost crop. So we're going to try this way. It's a bit more expensive. But if we get all the crop, then I think we're in a better situation.
Hey, Darren, look. It's more grass.
And Raznik and Darren are, well, taking care of that field up there.
As I can see.
Now, let's talk about honey. Sitting pretty at $15.3 million. Where are the Joes? 14. We are $1.3 million ahead of the Joes at the moment. They are sitting forever. Oh wait, I'm at kilometers per hour.
There we go.
Now you're moving.
So they are working their crops. Summarize where we are since we've got guidance steering locked in. Got our grass selected. Everything yellow is grass. So they have 37, 38, 39, 40, 47, 48, 49, 50, and 30 in grass. We have 2, 53, 54, 42, 43, part of 44, 45, 32, 33, part of 34, 35, and then we bought the other day, 13, 14, and 15. Take a look at our growth stages. They could early harvest these 3 pieces of grass. Really, they don't have anything to do. All of their crops are in late growth stage. This is grass now that is growing. This is first stage ready to harvest. First stage ready to harvest. This is fully harvested. I mean, the only option they have at this point would be to buy more land. And
Fuel tanker's full.
I don't know if they want to really tie up the money. Do that.
I'm going to get it.
Now, what do we do today? We harvested 33, 43,
It's
and
only been filling since you got
part
off there.
of these 2 fields in grass morning. That was game day yesterday. Now we're harvesting this up here tonight. Tomorrow, 32, 42, 35, 45 are going to be ready to harvest. And part of this area is going to be ready to harvest tomorrow. And then basically that's all we do is just cycle it around, cycle it around, cycle it around. So we're hoping to get a good yield off our sugar
So you
cane
think
tonight.
the Joes will be done with their crop requirement?
They should be done tomorrow. They had me verify the barley, and they had me verify the wheat canola status yesterday.
Okay.
They were all 0. And I verified wheat and canola, they basically had met all the other crops other than what they had planted. Let's try to chop off some of this upper area.
Alright, spin around here.
So yeah, all what they have planted is what's left for them to do their commitment.
Gotcha.
In fact, they put some of their crop back into grass already. So kind of expecting them to replant grass when they're all set.
Grass is king right now.
It is.
I hate when it does this. I hate when there's a sink issue. And your tractor just starts going crazy. Your GPS course locked in, but it's not paying attention to it.
Right, ready, set, go.
It's doing it again.
So yeah, when they sell a crop, that will be a good chunk of money. We will have 1.5 million liters of sugarcane also to sell.
You can jump down there and watch him for a few minutes, whereas I have it sitting down there.
Okay. I'm almost done mowing. Check.
I'm just trying to nibble off this northern by the
So you
moat.
So you got room to turn?
Yeah, here comes. Try and get mine back up. Alright, how about 2 more passes? Hey, Will, what's up? Now, if y'all aren't following Raznik's channel, be sure to go check out his channel. A link in the description. From what I understand, he's going to be putting up a vote tomorrow for the next thing that we have to deal with. So our alien overlords apparently are going to come and inject some other problem in our lives, and it sounds like it could be pretty bad. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to vote as our alien overlords. You'll be dictating pretty much what we're going to be doing for the final week of the challenge. And this challenge
You guys are
ends
so far away, I can't even see.
October 28th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. What we're going to do is basically kick everyone off the server at midnight and then change the password so nobody can get in and do anything. I will then fast forward the clock to midnight so that any residual monies will be paid out. And basically then at that point, we'll see who is money winner. Are you ready?
Yep.
Should be taking a full bite. Just Oh, that's a great view, right? I mean, really, how do you see? You don't see where you're going, you just kind of guess. Hope you don't run into anything. So, this is how I understand. You want to not to tell the viewers what the exact voting is going to be. You want to give them kind of a high-level summary. Should I just read what's off the Discord?
Yeah, if you want to read the news report, that's fine.
All right, let me pull this up.
Use your fancy fact sheet voice.
All right, breaking news. Intelligence sources indicate an alien swarm attack. Will they infect our animals? Will they target our ability to produce electricity? Forces also report rumors of a weapon that destroys arable land. Dun dun dun. Our hope here at GNN is that the government finds a way to fight them. Advancements in potato gun technology have proven effective. Intelligence could be wrong, and they may just be stopping by for a cold drink. Stay tuned for more information. So that is all we know as players of the challenge. You guys are going to get to vote. Will we lose animals? Will we lose our BGA ability? Will we lose arable land in some fashion? Or are they just coming by to say hi? You guys are going to decide. So head over to Raznik's channel. Check out his community post. You gonna post that tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll post it tomorrow.
So check out his community post
with
tomorrow.
More detail, so that
so they know what what kind of hell they're kind of trying to get us to. Okay.
Yep, I'll post it tomorrow.
Okay.
That way everybody knows at the same time.
Ask
And can do
this,
some planning.
it's contingency planning.
I mean, you never know what the viewers are going to say.
All the cows get hoof mouth disease, and we have to dump all the milk. Nobody wants the cow meat anymore.
Let's hope you're getting a full trailer down there. You need at least 11 or 12 full loads.
Yeah, it will be posted tomorrow on his community channel. So just check in tomorrow sometime. Check his community tab, see if it's posted.
I'm at 81%.
And if it's not posted, just check back. The way I understand it is voting will probably run until sometime Thursday.
81% from just the 2 passes.
The stuff like that. We'll get a better call here when we go up and down a full GPS path, and then we'll figure out how many up and downs we have. We'll just run that way and see what GPS plus number says, and then we'll be able to guesstimate. Guesstimate.
Everybody likes a good guesstimate.
Trying to save engine hours. Hey, Tharsgard, General Smith, Canadian Goat, Will, Pete, Ryan, Isaac, Quarry, and Ethan. I think I've caught up with everybody.
Well, I'm about done mowing up here. Mr. Darrenvale.
Well, thank you, Brother Raz. I've managed to be starting my 4th row.
We're just flying off.
Slow and steady wins the race, they say.
Mad Max Farms. All the information's in the description, but basically this is a 5-on-5 multiplayer competition. Started October 1st at midnight, and we run until October 28th. 4 weeks, basically.
Well, at least stuck enough in it to get 100,000 out of it.
And basically we have to compete. Who's going to earn enough money? Right now the pros are at $15.3 million, whereas the Joes are sitting at $14 million.
We got an okay lead.
Silage has
1.3 million.
Silage has been the dominant way of making money, but last week we were faced with a challenge by you, the viewers.
Worry, man. I have
We had
confidence
to
with
either
everything
grow
they got.
250,000
They all
liters
become insomniacs
of
for dead.
product of a bunch of different crops. So the Joes decided to take that.
Yeah, just when you think we got them whooped, you
They
turn
wanted
around
to
and
take
they have like 1.5 million day.
250,000 liters of wheat, barley, oat, canola, sunflower, soybean, corn, sugar beets, and that is it. All they need to grow. So they had to grow 250,000 liters of all of that. They're in their final round of doing that. We chose the alternate, which was 1.5 million liters of sugarcane. The reason we picked that is we felt that the sugarcane would give us more crop per acre than anything else. So we were only needing to basically plant this much grass or lose this much grass of our land, whereas the Joes, well, they had to planted 3 giant fields. They had to tear the grass up out of that, plow it up, put down crop. They've had to cycle through crop 3 times on those 3 fields in order to do that. Meanwhile, we've just been focusing on grass, and focusing on grass. Allowed us to catch up and extend a decent lead. No, Mad Max, this is 7 days. This is 7 days a week for 4 straight weeks. 24/7. The server is running 24/7 from October 1st at midnight until October 28th at midnight. Eddie Jim's in the house.
Oh, the alien attack came early.
Gosh. He'll tell us. Strategy.
But we need every little piece of that sugar cane so you keep them away from the truck.
Well, you've parked the Fent up here, pointing straight at it.
Move toward the side moat and bring it up here and start moving bales.
It did. It's working better, but it is costing us a substantial amount of money. Oh my gosh, we're spending a ton of money with this thing.
I'm sure it'll be alright.
What did we get on the up pass?
42% of the trailer. It's 25,000.
It's not too bad.
Hey, the distance coloring looks a lot better. Oh.
It's more solid, not a crop loss stuff.
Yeah, more of a shade of brown versus brown with strips of dark. Getting more complete, cane droppings on the ground. Before we had obvious misses. How many game days have passed? Well, let's take a look. We bought the Fent. Bought the Fent first, right? Kept it the whole time.
Probably, but we haven't used it as much.
30, yeah. They're asking how many days have gone by. 30 game days. According to the vehicle overview screen.
Yeah, so the Fent was the very first thing, at least.
So we must
Probably
lease
using the most used tractor,
everything.
and it's at 63.2 hours.
We cannot buy
Hey, Jim.
anything. If you take a look at our garage,
Hello.
see the
Good
only thing
morning,
we own
everybody. Woohoo.
are
Well,
buildings.
it is morning.
It is 9:22 p.m.
It's morning for you.
Everything we own vehicle-wise and implement-wise is leased. So the aliens are attacking. You know what their plans are?
I've not done anything. Don't look at me. Go away.
Oh, you're the friendly aliens?
He's a different one. You know, there's the friendly ones, and then there's the alien overlords.
Oh.
You know, Jim's the lone alien that comes to help the dumb humans. It's just
Oh.
Dumb human. I'm the dumb alien.
Depends which sci-fi genre you follow.
You ever watched Paul? Paul?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jenny J.
V, remember V, the original one? You had Will.
Yeah.
It was a friendly one.
Yeah.
Mr. Kruger.
Lizard people that
I'd
had
believe
fake
that.
skin and then they ate mice.
Yep, the white mice.
That was freaky. Oh,
My brother, older brother, dressed up as one of the lizard people for Halloween,
hey, Grizz.
and he had that red jacket that like Michael Jackson wore back in the 80s. I can't even remember what music video it was, but he had that red jacket with the black V
Thriller?
on the back of it. Yeah, that one.
All the zippers.
Yeah, 1001 zip pockets.
And I just remember him. He was so mad because his plastic paint on face stuff kept falling off.
Oh, that cheap Halloween paint.
Yeah, yes.
So I don't know how many pallets of wool you got. I sold all your gold the other day, but I think you've got at least 20 pallets now. It was full when I got on this morning. It was full when Raz got on this afternoon. A couple game days, we had 84%. So how much product do we have on the trailer?
That was 52,000, 88%.
52. Let's do some math. All right, so when we went up and back, we were on +2. So now we're on +27, which is last full slice, the other side of the field. That would be +25. So that 25 passes. About 2. Oops.
Yes, I'm looking at you. Still my truck.
Let's say that's 12 passes at times 80. How much? 85,000?
For
Oh, this is your boat, buddy. I'm just riding in it.
How much was in that trailer again?
52, a little over 52,000.
Oh, 52.
Yeah,
Times
trailer only holds 59.
1,000. So
Where's all the
we should get
tractors then?
624,000 lettries of sugarcane off.
So that'll put us over $1 million for the day.
It's straightened out.
Are we missing some tractors?
We got
Should
the
only be the
cases.
fence.
Man,
The
The
fence
fence.
open.
Yeah, the fence down there somewhere.
telehandler.
And then the telly.
So we have 430,000 right now.
Oh, that's better than I thought. I thought we only had 300.
So that'll put us in 1,054,000 as long as we don't have any excessive loss. Yeah, which is perfect.
Now, Jim, I want you to grab the bale trailer and come way up here on top of the hill with me.
Or do you? Oh no.
Grab the what?
Because I'm not going to say you have any problems with rubber banding anything, but I want to keep you away from that cane field.
The fence, which is way on the other side of the field, up by the
Jim.
digestate tank.
Oh my god, is it?
Yeah.
Is it doing all the way over there? Who
Darren-
left it there? Come on.
Darren parked it up there to sightsee.
It's like trying to hide it from me, like the bucket, is it?
No, I parked down there so me and Raz could tab in and watch the harvest down there since we're up here doing the same old, same old, same old.
So our goal
Do you want to?
was to get
a baler, Jim?
1,500,000
I don't, but I will.
after 3 cuts. So we were behind after the first cut
I love his honesty.
of 300 and some thousand dollars, 300
Let me
some
finish
thousand
this
liters.
last couple passes, and you can have this tractor.
So we planted
It's
more,
GPS, and you can just set it, bale.
and basically now we are getting way over
GPS. Who
500,000 we need
Who
for
uses
this
that?
cut. Us PC players that can't drive straight.
Yep.
The guy's always bumping into stuff, so I guess he needs it. Sorry, Klein. I just being honest.
It's okay. That's all we expect out of you. Honesty. You're the honesty.
He is all the time and stuff. It's not a farmer client, so he crashes.
Darren gives me his most valuable crop to harvest. So we'll be over 1 million, so we'll be back on track, which means we're going to get way over 1 million, or way over
I didn't
500,000.
pick it. Trust me, people. I did not
For
pick
our
it. and I am
third
feeling
cut.
pretty motherly about it.
which basically means we're good. We should be harvesting cane again on Thursday, based on our current projected schedule, because we harvested cane on Friday, and it's now Monday.
All-out silage war here in about 3 days.
So I'm expecting we'll be harvesting this for a third time
Maybe.
on Thursday.
We don't know.
No, what if the alien overlords basically somehow make the biogas plant no longer produce energy? It means we can't sell silage anymore.
Could happen.
And then silage isn't king. We have to figure out. Shh! Don't say anything. Figure out what we want to shift to. And hopefully, the Joes replant their entire fields in grass. Day before, we find out the alien overlords don't let us use the biogas plant.
It's not gonna happen now because you just told them.
Damn it! But maybe they're going to hedge their bets. Maybe they're going to think that they're going to lose their cows instead.
Could be.
Or they wait, and then they discover they lose their cows, and then they're another day behind on their grass. Oh! What are we
you
going to
okay
do?
with the Fent Jim, or do you want this case?
Hey, Golden Eye, what's up? What's up?
No, I'm alright. It's a tractor, it works.
Excellent.
And it's
Yeah,
not John Deere
well-
Green, so that means it works. Good point.
That depends who wants GPS. That's the only tractor doesn't have.
Concept there, he doesn't need it.
I'm following the grass line.
He's,
What do I want GPS for?
he's better than us. He knows all these tricks.
Well, I play a game and I totally ignore the game and I watch something else on the other monitor.
Yeah, listen.
So I just let the tractor do its thing. When I hear a beep, then I look over and turn it.
Yeah, so last weekend I was watching...
Kind of like real farming.
Last weekend I watched a marathon of Indiana Jones movies. This weekend I watched Tomb Raider. I watched one of those new Star Trek reboot movies. and a bunch of other stuff. Because you set GPS and you forget it for about 5 minutes when you're failing.
If we had the 17 GPS, we wouldn't even have to steer it. It'll auto steer.
Even more lazy. Just set it and come back in 3 hours. Oh, I bailed the field.
And I mowed the yard at the same time.
The yard was, well, I only mowed half the yard. I mowed the public front faces. Hey DB, what's up?
Or leave some in the back to hide Easter eggs in, huh?
Oh, honestly, the back really wasn't that bad. I started mowing it, and then I kind of looked behind me, and I'm like, I can barely really tell where I've been. So I just...
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a couple weeks for all my trees to lose all their leaves, and I'm just gonna mow and mulch it all at once and be done.
Should be soon. We won't have to mow.
Well, the grass is definitely slowing down, even though it's not drying up.
Yeah, mine kind of got like a frost storm like 2 or 3 days ago.
Saturday morning we had a pretty frost.
Oh, listen to that cheesy horn.
Like your little dream world videos.
Yeah, it's definitely a case of definitely dreaming.
Oh, when I saw the orbiting shapes, I'm thinking you're gonna put like a real thing, like guy, or satellite that orbits over you and then laser beams us to death.
I was going to have a TIE fighter rush across the screen with sound effects.
Now, do you do that in Blender?
All the shapes here are made in Blender, yes. But you mean the actual? No, that one's actually in Plum Sim. GE. Because that's what it's like, you know, you're sitting there, you're staring, and you're doing stuff, and you close your eyes for 2 minutes, you wake up, oh, where am I? What's going on? What? What's happened? How did I do that?
Monster you dream.
Yeah.
It's you jumping.
It's supposed to keep you awake, yeah, right.
It's you jumping.
See this harvested stuff.
Same general
still.
50-some thousand.
So we probably are going to need another silo.
You're in it?
Yeah, we will. You're gonna have to move. Milk tanker.
Hey JFK, can you move the milk tanker?
I guess. Well,
So what do you think? Put it sideways, Klein, and then
Yeah, I think put it sideways so that we could like drive straight through, because we're gonna have to have 2 more. We can drive straight through both. You know? The worst thing is you gotta build it. Do a chicane. The guy went and made buildable buildings. Oh! Popping right there.
Magic.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go.
Yeah, the Joes are kind of in a situation we were kind of in yesterday. We really didn't have anything to do unless we went out looking for work. And we did. We went and got those 3 pieces of land and made a cool $1 million at the BGA. More than made up for the investment. I think if we wouldn't have done that, they didn't seem to have a big payday anyway. We wouldn't have lost too much ground to them. So, as the viewer said, sitting on a whole ton of crop.
Yeah, they gotta. That's all money. They go sell it.
And it's just how greedy are they going to be to wait? The price that may never show up. Huh? I logged in one day and the milk was 8.30 something. Holy cow! I'm selling right now because that's overall about the highest price we've seen. Oh, like 7. I think I saw 802 for wool. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, I'm clearing the whole bale. Selling everything because I think we've seen an 800 price on wool.
No.
But I don't regret selling the wool that we had sold. You know?
Well, yeah, you don't. I mean, great demand is nice and all, but there's no guarantee it'll happen.
163 is the best price for sugarcane right now. We'll just have to keep an eye on that for the next week. Have a general idea of what a good price is on cane. Then know when to wholesale it.
Yeah, I've seen it at 180. I've seen it. I think the last time we harvested that was one. Was
Yeah, don't put it in the BGA. I can't remember what I said it as, but it's not as good. Though you do get digestate.
150 at the biogas plant. So would the BGA be a static price like it is with other things?
Do you know what? I really don't know. I honestly don't know.
So we'll just monitor it. You know, when I get on every day, I look, what's the milk at? What's the wool look at? Or what's the sugarcane look like?
See, there you go. 100% truth. I do not know everything. There you go. Case closed.
no argument necessary.
Yeah, Canadian goat silage bales turn into silage as soon as they drop off the wrapper.
And I can't even say, well, I'm only human.
Only a super advanced alien who has conquered interstellar travel.
Just when the aliens do turn up, I'm hiding.
Like Alf.
Love that show. Good show.
Yeah, that's one thing, Canadian goat, that hangs up new players to seasons is the fact that you have to wait for silage to become silage. But it's interesting. If you put it in the bunker, you have to compact it, cover it, and then it takes a little while before it becomes silage. But if you wrap it, instant. As soon as it drops off the wrapper, it's silage.
Is it Mork and Mindy?
Yep. Where the older you get, the younger you get.
Oh, nano.
We're sitting at 0.7 hours and fifth of it. Good old hand fingers.
I guess I made it a third.
We got 183,000.
I'm not really sure. You don't get the biogas, do you? You gotta place it down. The map really doesn't include anything other than some basic starting equipment. Right? You gotta put this biogas plant down. Where it is.
So I think I mentioned last night, Klein, in your stream chat that it'd be cool once we're done to get everybody in a voice channel.
$35,000 is pretty cheap.
We could do like a live Q&A or something.
Yeah, I mentioned back it would be cool if we did it kind of an interview thing where maybe we had some questions, maybe we pulled some questions from viewers, and then we just had representatives of each team that are kind of the spokespeople to kind of field the questions or at the questions around the team. Because, most of us are just talking.
As long as you don't ask me any questions, I'm there.
We all want to answer the question. Yeah, it'd be interesting, to see.
I would love to answer the questions. I'm sure you would love to have me answer the questions.
We'll put you on the post midnight show.
Right. I'll be the one being beeped out.
Hey, Samet. Really sure what you're saying, but you don't. Cut this thing off, save hours.
On South Mountain Creamery, I still got to do the BGA, and I kind of leaned on not putting one in.
Well,
I'm happy I broke you that.
Silo number 1 is filled.
ooh,
There should be a fireworks mod. You could fire it right now.
boom, kaboom. It'd be interesting to hear. I'd be curious on hearing from the Joes. Kind of what was their strategy initially, and they have to change their strategy based on things and everything. Because we went in with a strategy. We know they went in with a strategy. So Roadkill's video where gosh, he had blueprinted on paper. They knew the exact coordinates where they wanted to start their farm, and your moat screwed things up for them. and you know, go this many squares to the left and up this many squares, and that's where we want to put the corner of this building. And it's like, Raz, build out a farm. Jump on and figure it out. You know? So it'd just be interesting to hear. Sounds like they had, you know, a strategy from the get-go. And if they changed their strategy, because we know they started with pigs, they started fields. And next thing you know, they got rid of all their fields of crop, put in grass, kept the pigs for a little while, and then they ditched the pigs. They still had food in the silo, as we learned when we started this phase of the challenge, that they could have used to feed the pigs. So it's like, why did you get rid of the pigs early? Or
What's that pain in the butt?
were you only planning on keeping the pigs for like a week and a half anyway? Because, I mean, they reproduce like crazy. That would have been good, steady income. Oh, they've done a couple videos, but you know what? They're the Joes. They're not... Their focus
Yeah,
isn't
maybe
production.
Once they saw how much money you can make with grass, they're like,
Yeah, but I mean, almost that whole team played on your multiplayer server on this for months. So they should have known what the BGA could do. Right?
yeah, I never used the BGA on our multiplayer. I know Jamberry used the BGA. I'm pretty sure Roadkill had a BGA.
It looked like a bale heading to the windmill.
Well, it's not heading down here to the sugarcane. That thing gets lost in here, we're done for.
I'll send Jim in to get it for you.
It's got his flying saucer. Just scoop it
I'll turn on my X-ray vision. Right through everything. So after this video, or after this live stream, I'll have to see if Gatehead Farm is ready for release. That is a really nice looking map. So I am a little concerned that might not play the greatest on lower end graphics. I hit F5 to try to find a trigger, a couple spots, and it,
Well,
game froze for like 5 minutes. Wireframe.
Where's the map based out of?
It's Scottish, on the coast. It's got a really nice beach harbor set up. There's a bunch of cow farms, a couple sheep farms, porky pig farm. Well, it's just a standard map, just 2x or 1x map. Now, Iserholt, that beast is 4x.
Yeah, from a distance, I don't see where you guys are really missing much.
No, it's pretty good, steady color. You can see the strips on the other side. Definitely different. So this is definitely doing better, but it is going incredibly expensive. In fact, I mean, at the farm end of each field, while I'm waiting for him to unload, I cut the engine off. Saves them engine hours.
It's like, what, 7,000 an hour?
17,000 just to lease it.
I got you giving more tips away. I mean, you got me trained now. I run around before I log off to make sure everything's unhooked.
Oh, well, GTX told me that it's only in moving things.
Well, a case of rolls. I don't care.
Where'd you go?
Where'd you
Yeah,
go?
I've got a habit of doing that. Just before I leave the server, I make sure everything's disconnected.
Yeah, and then you put the bucket, or what you call the shovel, to hide it.
I wasn't. I was just keeping it under shelter.
I
You
know.
know, just yeah.
Okay, I just stick it on the roof. But you didn't log in to see it. Darren logged in. He already knew where it was.
God.
He might have rage quitted that day if he couldn't figure out where the bucket was.
Well, today would have been that day.
He just said, "Screw it, I'm leaving for the day. Be back tomorrow."
All I know is if we don't have the bucket shovel to clean the cows, they ain't getting fed because everything gets hung up over there in their mess.
Yeah, it's like concrete silage that falls out. You try to drive over it, the truck gets stuck.
I can drive the
Well,
truck
that's another challenge.
underwater, under a bridge, over a bridge, full of bales. Not a problem. I get the truck over the cow mess, and I need to go knock myself off.
So that, Grizz, that's another stipulation. You can't hire any helpers. No hired helpers on this challenge. Doing 6. I think like I think number 1 on the speed control is probably 6. Then hit minus on your number pad to slow it down.
If not, you're like,
Plus your
Oh, you're doing good there for so many passes, and this pass
He's drinking.
you need a monster.
Don't ask Jim for one; he'll cut you.
try to get your spout to go over like the front of the trailer. There's no
Oh, I
problem.
don't mind sharing my monster.
Just
It's
your
just
bacon.
my bacon. You just don't touch my bacon.
So would you eat peanut butter bacon cookie?
Heck yeah.
I don't know.
No, not peanut butter. No.
Is that the alien's Achilles heel? Is that like your kryptonite?
Oh God, yeah. Oh no, thanks. That and Marmite. Ooh.
What is? You said Marmite?
Yeah, I don't know if you know what that is. Yeah, we have Marmite over and it's foul.
I would think anything that has the word mites in it would be.
I can't even describe the taste. I can't say, oh, it's like killer. It's just disgusting.
Albedo, we chose it over the option of
Google it.
having to do 250,000 liters of 7 different crops. Joe's, on the other hand, chose 250,000
like
liters of
black
7 different
tar,
crops.
basically.
So last week, Raz put a challenge up on his channel for viewers to vote on, and basically there were several choices.
I think I saw something on Food Network where it was like showing an English breakfast. It was like beans and was it blood sausage or something like that?
Oh, black pudding.
Black
I
pudding,
love
yeah.
black pudding. Oh, don't. I'm getting hungry now.
So,
It is.
Yes, pig's blood. Boy.
pig's blood is meant to go down the drain, and then you make bacon and ham out of it. And then the stuff that's in the head, no, it's not head cheese. It's not Scrabble. It's not none of that other nasty gelatinized stuff. That's all stuff you sell at the Valley Proteins, and they mix it in with
Hot dogs.
yeah, lips and a-holes. That's hot dogs right there. So we had to do either 1.5 million liters of sugarcane,
So
Oh, and then there's those that have the fascination
Or-
over pig's feet. It's like, what? Are you joking? You're killing me. No, no,
250,000
please, no.
liters of
like
wheat,
pickled
barley,
pig's feet. You ever
oats,
seen those?
canola, sunflowers,
Oh, no.
soybean, corn, and your choice
But
of
still,
root
you can
crop.
say what you want. You're not going to put me off my bacon.
So the Joes did that.
Oh, bacon's
Well, heck
amazing.
no, bacon is
We chose sugarcane.
breakfast dessert. I'm telling you right now, I went to the grocery store one time and seen cow tongue and cow brains. I'm like, what in the hell is buying that stuff? It's like, here's an extra $3. Just go buy a pack of hot dogs, buddy.
Ritzy fancy people buy it because they think it makes them fancy.
Cow tongue's actually pretty good if it's cooked right.
Oh, okay. Like liver. Liver's good, never. There is no if it's cooked well.
No, cow tongue and liver completely different.
They're all
I
parts.
like liver.
All
Yeah,
parts of
liver.
the critter should be tossed away.
Heart's cool.
Is this
Heartless.
something you cook regularly, or is this stuff you got when you were a kid? Because people back then didn't waste anything because they lived through the Depression.
I'll be honest, I haven't had cow tongue in a few years.
And you're probably better for it.
You just BRB, run over to your wife and say, honey, can we get some cow tongue tomorrow?
She might think I'm trying to imply something, so
She'd say, go out there to the field and let that cow lick you all you want.
but
Oh,
as a
1
kid,
hour.
I stepped
Oh,
out
he
on
just
it
got
a
hit.
lot, so I
And
could
caught.
tell you tons of times you'd open the fridge and there'd be a deer heart and liver. and all that stuff just
$7,300
sitting
an
in the
hour.
fridge.
Oh my gosh.
But I've never liked liver. It's just never.
Oh, I love liver. Yeah.
So you were eating that stuff that he was saving to go trapping with.
Oh no, he'd cook it. Usually when mom wasn't home. He'd experiment on the kids. He's like, here, try this. Try this deer heart.
So we're over an hour. Got hit for 7,000 bucks.
Boom.
Oh, the unwise geek. That's something else that we've had a different strategy on.
Don't worry, buddy. We're making up profits right up here.
The Joes have been no stranger to getting big equipment and those big leasing out. Whereas we're kind of the frugal group. So the only thing we're really forced on were 2 balers.
And maybe the Voltra at the beginning.
Well, we had to plow, right?
Yeah,
No
that's
one-
before we learned about the truck.
No one had the bright idea to paint the grass back then.
Well, painted grass you can't fertilize.
It is fun getting on this map and seeing everything grass, especially around the farmyard. And then next thing you know, it's this line of dirt just flows across everything.
Right.
It's kind of fun to watch.
I like it when I jump back in the tractor and go to the path, and all the original bushes and weeds are right up there. It's like, and you get disoriented. It's like, I don't even know what field I'm in.
It's like, where did they come from? Oh, they're going there.
Yeah, the sink stuff's
Yeah, I just think, oh, Raz is painted
Oh.
everything grass.
Well, we can't see anything.
What's he done now?
So the Joes did have a little oopsie yesterday. I didn't see it until after the stream, but Roadkill messaged me and said that John the Unwise Geek unwisely bought wheat by accident. So I think he accidentally bought a whole trailer load of wheat. And he was basically asking me what I thought they should do with it. And if I was okay if they sold it. You know, you put that rule, you can't buy a product just to sell it. But yeah, you can sell it. It's an accident. I'm not gonna keep you stuck with a load of wheat.
For the most part, I think I made it so you couldn't actually make a profit if you'd done that.
So when they sold it, they took a loss.
Yeah, they should have took the loss. Yeah.
Oops. Lesson learned.
Because well, it is, obviously when you buy it, you've got a little service charge as well into it.
What we learned yesterday is, well, painted grass is basically just map grass.
Speaking
So
of buying,
map grass will give you less than
food for
plowed
sheep,
grown grass.
Grass is cheaper than hay. Just
Buy grass. That's what you're saying?
Buy grass, even though we're cutting it.
Buy grass. Just make sure you buy it from a reputable dealer that's not.
buy grass because our rabbit grass is worth it.
That's right. That's why we stopped making hay. Because, what? Throwing money out the window.
Yeah, 3 bales of silage for a whole truck of feed.
I think we are.
For now.
I think we've just about completed everything that we freshly planted. The rest that we have is the rest of this field is already been harvested. To the undergrowth.
I like that little garage you made, Jim.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't happy with that, so the actual little office bit, so I changed it.
Now, is the door, is it independent pieces?
Oh, the shutters, yeah. I think it's 6 pieces, I believe.
That's nice.
Yes, we're about
Yeah, it took a while to
half.
animate that.
A little less than halfway done.
And then you were working on a shop you could walk into too, right? Like
Yeah, I've done that.
little
I've just
store.
got to what do you call it? Put some stock in it. It's an empty
So I think
shop.
I think it depends, Grizz, on where you are. Like up here. Okay. Up here, this was some
Yeah, at
trees.
this point, I'm not saying, because I don't know what it's for at the moment.
I went in
I've got
and-
no idea. I'm just making all
I
this
went and
stuff.
planted. I painted grass here.
That's the fun part of it.
You can
though.
see this is
Doesn't have
solid
to be for
grass
anything.
now.
Sometimes it's just
Over
fun to
here we
make
have
stuff.
speckled. You know, so if you
I've
look,
got a bunch of stuff, and then I'll whack it all on the map and go, "Wee, look what I made."
so if you look here, this overall is speckled. This is solid yellow. This is where I painted in that forest. Like if we
We'll
bought
see you
22,
on Silver News, and I bet he
would-
can't wait to get his hands on it.
we would paint in most of this, and it would look a lot like this.
Hey, I'm on Silver News, am I?
Versus
Ooh, I'm
here,
still-
you're
what-
Well, it will
speckled.
be if you're making your own buildings and stuff. And he, no matter what mod is, he can't wait to get it.
But map grass, which is
I haven't watched
unfertilizable,
him in so long.
unplanted, it's going to yield lower then
Oh, I totally
plowed,
actually forgot about him, to be
planted,
honest.
and
Oops,
fertilized
I shouldn't
grass.
say that really, should I? I'm just being truthful.
All we can expect out of you.
Yeah, he
Have a truth serum.
he's gone on about those trucks that look like real trucks but got weird names. I'm like, I don't need that. I can get a mod with the real Chevy, Dodge, and Ford already written on them.
Oh, the lizard trucks.
It costs money, but
there's some weird
plowing
name.
and seeding costs a lot more. Hey, Oreo Dip.
Oh, you mean the ones that are trucks, but because of licensing, they've got a weird name?
Right.
Because you don't want lizard.
Is it those 82 square trucks?
Yep.
So I watched one of his the other day, going on about this new big American map that's 1X. Complete contradiction in statement. Big standard size map is not big. Normal.
It's like saying a big little map.
Yeah, well, I mean, and there's so many. The trend for a long time has been like UK maps that are smaller than even standard size. It's like they don't even use up a full 2x2 square. So a big UK map that is full standard size is big. But on that 4X.
It's showing me in April. People say, "Oh, I won 4 times of No Man's Land." I was thinking, you know, I do what they do with the little British ones. I just plonk little No Man's Land right in the middle and leave the rest blank. There's your 4 times, Matt.
I think we're about halfway done.
Doing pretty good.
$600,000. We should more than halfway.
Well, the rest, we're just up here making marshmallows. The guys are making them. I'm hauling and selling them.
I did see something interesting on the is that map that came out today?
Gateway.
Yeah, Gatehead. So there's a roll-up door on Gatehead I found by accident that rolls up the wrong way. So, you know, it rolls up and folds up, you know, nice, but instead of rolling into the building, it rolls out of the building. I didn't notice it until I went to close it. I'm like, oh, what is that up there? So, yeah. Flipped 180 degrees.
Don't like my pink bales then, Raz.
Oh, just haven't got there yet. Saving the best for last, sir.
Darren cherry picks that green baler now. You saw how much faster.
But is it? How much faster is it? I can't see why it would be faster.
Yeah, I just blurred on by. A whole tenth faster.
Well, it wasn't too long ago. I got this weird thing where I was mowing at 26 miles per hour. 30 seconds.
Yeah, mine.
There's Acid Man. Seen him a while.
That's good to see.
I didn't even see John message. Game volume. I don't know. How about I turn it off completely? There, it's down a little bit. Of course, if I zoom out, it's down even more. It's just that machine. Piece of machinery is a little bit louder probably than stuff we usually run. I don't know what that gauge over there is supposed to be.
Everything's still going good down there at JFK?
Oh yeah, we got the GPS cruise control sorted out.
If you had like the John Deere X9, it could do it for you. Until you've had it 3 weeks and it breaks, and they charge you $35,000 to fix it.
Sorry, right there. I'm claiming lemon law. Get that thing off my property, or I'm gonna blow it up. And you sell me another piece of junk green thing, and we're going to lawsuit.
It's just not them, but man,
Or lost crop.
like when you talk to some people that farm, you find out like warranty on farm equipment. I'm like, it's warranty for what? Oh, like 50 hours. I'm like, what?
Like time it takes you to drive it off the lot.
Whoa, rubber banding.
I'd be doing that too, because you know they ain't sitting
is
there
windy.
waxing and babying those things.
It is windy,
Heck,
isn't it?
half the time, by the time you get it, they've given it to 5 different farmers to demo.
Right. Hey, why does it say Ryan up here in the headliner?
I saw a thumbnail. I don't really saw a thumbnail where like in a bathrobe, a whole bunch of corn on the ground, overfilled his bin or something.
That's his bathrobe. It's his coat. But yeah, his at the top of his grain leg, it started pouring out. Because a millennial farmer, like they'll run their dryer all night. So he sets an alarm to go out like every 2 or 3 hours in the middle of the night to check it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That must be that fancy stuff, because back in the day, we had just a single bin, of course, because we didn't farm millions of acres. But had just a fan that was hugely loud, and propane dryer that was hooked up to it. I guess it blew hot air into undergrading, and then little stir augers in the bin kind of stir it around to help the airflow. But we lived up on a hill, maybe a half-mile away from the farm, and this was back before our house had air conditionings. In the autumn, we'd have the windows open, and you'd hear that thing turn on, and it would just whine. It would sound like a air raid siren. And you just hear it off in the distance, just running all night long. Yeah, we didn't. Pretty sure nobody went out there to check on it.
Yeah, they use that. So I mean, like on the map, when you were showing off the silo. So yeah, they harvest everything, put it in a wet bin.
I think feet you can.
For
With 17 you could.
And they run it through a dryer into another bin.
In 17 you could basically make your own playlists. and turn it into
You
your
learn a
own
lot
channel.
watching them. I guess they mix off crop. So like if they have old crop, they mix it in with the new stuff.
There's supposed to be the Trucker MP, the Trucker FM
So
is supposed to be a radio station in game now.
To bend to mix it up. It's kind of neat.
And in 17, I remember there was a way for you to add your own internet radio streams to the radio channel selections. But as a streamer and content creator, first thing I do is I turn the radio off. I turn the radio volume off. I disable it. Because the last thing I need to do is having music show up suddenly in the stream.
Wow, you guys better get this build up here.
Or mowing early or something? One of them. No. Farm chore. I'll check on this one. Don't have anything better to do for like.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, maybe they got a bunch of bales down.
You're not going to mow another field, Raz? I'm running out of grass.
I didn't plan on it tonight.
Don't have anything else ready to cut? Really? Oh, we do. Down here. Little section of 35 and 45 down here by the silo. Cuttable.
We can.
Cut that little flat bit.
If somebody wants to pick up bales and stuff, I can start spreading gestate.
No, I can pick up bales when I've run out of grass here.
I'll start that.
I've just been picking up a load or two, then selling them. But we don't have 500 of them sitting there. It's a little less daunting.
Tell me about it, but I guarantee I'm having internet connections at 11 tonight. Because I gotta be in Baltimore at the eye doctor tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta be doctor's appointment at 8:30.
Did you memorize that eye chart?
I'm just gonna pull that mandatory mask up over my eyes and say, I don't really need to see crap until after the election, thank you.
And John's
Yeah, Oreo, I got a wheel and pedals, although half the time I play with keyboard and mouse and steer that way. It can get me in trouble if I leave the wheel turned, and then for whatever reason I'm trying to drive with the keyboard and I don't understand why it's constantly wanting to veer off to a different angle.
Yeah, up to myself. The thing Klein's out there, people see that and be like, how the heck did he ever make it on that team?
Klein, I don't think you're going to be done by 11, buddy.
Oh, I think so.
It'll be close. He can soldier on if it's within 15 minutes, but
Don't doubt the miracle it is.
The 2-hour stream.
That's right. 1 hour, 59 and 50 seconds. We'll be cutting the last sugarcane stalk, wrapping up like Disney magic. Where are we at? Where are we at with our crop? 185,000. Doing great. Super excited.
it'd be nice to have that GTX thing so I can be snooping.
Passengers?
No, the silo readers.
Oh, they got it over there.
Yeah, we have to put one on ours, but the client suggested that if we put it close enough to all three, it may pick up all three.
Yeah, you can go in, you can expand its radius.
I didn't know that. I'm going to let you place that one.
I don't know. It. Put it in the middle somewhere. Yeah, the silo displays are on a miscellaneous. Here's one for bunker silos. Here's one. This just a single readout. That's all we need.
And we're almost halfway to the sugarcane goal. Woo.
Hooray! So the pull behind
So
harvesters
here,
suck, and the
silo
self-propelled
display
ones don't
standard,
work.
silo display large. We're gonna put this one down small because we only need one crop.
Well, you know what
$1,400
I say
to
when you
buy,
buy the cheap stuff?
$1 a day.
What's that?
Well, it's cheap for a reason. Because it
Very
don't work.
Or SC Mount TV. That's
Why, you're still not using your George Foreman grill?
and the George Foreman grill works. It's a pretty good grill.
It is.
Yeah, except for the grease trap.
Not big enough. Doesn't flow down. Not angled enough.
I just think it's a mess.
I have a Blackstone. It's like a flat top. It's in propane. It's nice.
Well, it was a dark time here in our house yesterday. Had to say goodbye to the Keurig coffee maker. Just wouldn't do it. Just decided it wasn't going to make any more coffee. I didn't really care because I can't stand stuff.
I've never liked it. It has this weird taste to me. Any of the Keurig cup stuff does.
Others in the house that were completely addicted to coffee. It was a very dark time in the world. I was like,
So you masked.
Oh, God, it's the end of the world.
So you had to mask up and head to Walmart, huh?
we sent the one that can drive. We sent the oldest, 16.
Very good, Doc.
I was like, so did you order a new one? Yeah, it's available to pick up later today. What? Where'd you order that from? She's like, Walmart. Oh yeah, they put in those pickup stations.
Well, probably got the update on the version 2 where now you'll need different cups, maybe?
No, we got some little slim thing, a bit cheaper. It was narrow but deep. Has a water thing in the back. Takes the same size things. Pretty basic. Doesn't have a display or nothing. It's just pop the lid, put the thing in. But yes, I'm OCD enough that the label has to be positioned great. Every time I make coffee in it, I have to put the cup in. You can read the label.
Read it.
Yes. And she puts the cup in, and it's like completely at a weird angle, and it's like, what are you doing? It's not how you make a cup of coffee. And then she gets angry when we used to get the little boxes, cardboard boxes of milk pick up. But somehow they can give you 1% milk that's good for like a year and a half in a cardboard box, unrefrigerated.
I wouldn't drink that.
I don't understand this. I don't know how it works. But she both of her and her oldest would mess up my stack because I had it all stacked in a nice little stack. Then we'd use a couple and I'd have to reposition the stack so it was uniform. So I'd come home and like somebody had moved one around, turned it around backwards.
It wasn't me.
I'd fix it. I don't know, genetic. How they're going to name it. I don't know if they're going to call it 21 or just farm sim and not give a number on it. I mean, if they call it anything other than an odd number, then they also have the mobile version of farm sim to contend with. Because historically it's been even numbers are mobile, odd numbers are PC and console. So if they make it Farm Sim 22 for PC and console, what are they doing with mobile? Is it suddenly shifting? Do the even numbers suddenly become PC and console,
grass juice,
and the odd numbers suddenly become mobile? I mean, even if they release it next year, it could be 21. It doesn't have to be 22.
Going around picking up yard meats.
Hey, AJ, what's up?
I think Jim and Darren should take
We had oven fried
Sorry, guys.
chicken
No,
with green
they're on
beans
the roll now.
and
No need to,
stuffing.
Interrupt things.
I just want to see what would happen. Put the two rubber banders down there.
After we have over $1 million in the silo. Meet our second cut goal.
It's like after we get $1 million in, I don't care what everybody does.
You can throw the rest away. That means we're going to definitely get 500,000 in it. Well, I think genetic, it's just going to shift. Instead of doing the FS the following year, and it released the previous fall of the previous year, kind of like automobiles. You know, you buy the 21 model in 20, which is how they've been doing it. You know, the 21 model is the current year all the way up until autumn of 21 when they start doing the 22 model. So they might just go into a release cycle where, you know, instead of releasing autumn the year before the game year, they release in autumn of the game year itself. So where 21 would typically release in autumn of 20, maybe 21 now releases in autumn of 21. And 23 releases in the autumn of 23 versus the autumn of 22. Yeah, we're getting much more even cuts. You know, I mean, anything offset is a little wonky. That's my thought. I don't know anything. They haven't told the ambassadors anything with respect to the next version.
Especially if it's the offset is close to the width. I never get that stuff to work right. 'Cause like you said, it keeps wanting to switch over.
Offsets. I don't have the brain power to set it up. Well, I mean, part of it is they're using DX11. So if they move to DX12,
The prices of. So when's the AMD stuff come out?
then they would possibly have different different shader capabilities and other things. I think they've really moved to the extent of DX11. The AMD graphics cards are set to announce on the 27th. The 3070 from NVIDIA is set to be available for sale the day after the AMD announcement. Now, the 3070 was supposed to have been able to go on sale last week, but NVIDIA claims the reason for delaying it 2 weeks is to allow manufacturing more time to build up stock distribution so that they don't have the 3080, 3090 fiasco, if you will, of unavailability. But the rumors are, conspiracy theories are abound, that the AMD cards are price performance, are basically performance equal to NVIDIA cards, that people are claiming, the specs, and that AMD cards typically are more of a value than NVIDIA cards. So if they are on par with performance, it would, conspiracy theories say, that NVIDIA is delaying the release of the 3090, where they already announced the price of $499. Basically wait until AMD announces their price of whatever the heck it is. AMD can show how their cards perform compared to the 3080 and the 3090. Reviewers probably won't have them yet, but you know, marketing hype. And then NVIDIA can swoop in later the same day or the next day and say 3070s are actually going to be priced at $399 instead of $499, and basically steal all the hype and thunder away from any AMD momentum that may have kicked in after the announcement. That's the conspiracy. What it means to the consumer is good.
Yeah, competition's good.
Right. I don't know when the AMD cards are. I mean, the chip announcement they had earlier this month has the new AMD card chips being available, CPUs being available November 5th. So, does that mean the AMD graphics card is going to be available November 5th, or are they going to be available at the end of November? Since AMD announced the CPUs early October, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out come December.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it'd be interesting, you know, if the next version of the game supports DX12, what DX12 brings. I mean, sugarcane looks pretty. Sugarcane looks pretty. In its earlier growth stage, it looks pretty cartoony.
you will load it too fast and won't
Really?
have anything to do. I got it.
So,
You have your own pace.
so yeah, there's that. You know,
Sometimes having constipation is a good thing. Like on an airplane.
so one thing is the season's pass that's going to come out in on November 12th. Right now, we know it's going to be available on Steam. It's going to basically allow you to buy one thing on Steam and get caught up with all the DLCs
Oh my God, it's rubber banding.
that have been
Crazy.
released to date.
That's funny because I was thinking you bringing that trailer in there. You knock these all over the place. I'm going to call you Miley
So-
Cyrus from now on.
So let's look at that. Let's look at that.
Like a wrecking
T-ball.
ball.
Let's look at the Steam.
Oh man, Darren, you need to put the "Sudden Constipation's a good thing" on a T-shirt. It's pretty good.
Oh, these guys. Where is the season pass?
And my wife is snoring. I can.
Hold on. It's not still in anymore. Upon expansion. I'm not seeing it at the moment. But they did have the season pass up here listed as pre-order. Weird that it's not up there right now. But basically for like $40, you could get all of the previously released DLCs, which was a heck of a deal, depending on how many DLCs you didn't own. Because the
Sorry,
Alpine
my wife
expansion
does the same
itself is
thing.
going to be
She
20
drinks
bucks.
enough beer to save every avalanche victim ever.
But you're not- no.
She can fall
You're not on
asleep
DX12.
so fast.
You're on DX11, right up here. Right up here it says
And I lay there
D3,
for like
D11.
hours, just like, go to sleep.
Yeah, I
So-
do too. I find a YouTube video that's an hour long.
Farm Sim
And
19
I
is
just-
DX11.
I put it on my Kindle Fire, just throw it upside down in the bed. And hopefully I don't hear the other half, so I can listen to the other half the next night.
I don't think
Do you have
tonight-
restless feet?
My problem is I work night shift, so when I actually try to sleep at night,
Yeah, so the season pass will be perfect for you, Oreo Dip,
What are you
if you're
doing?
interested.
you're supposed to be at work.
I don't know why they don't just. I mean, why was 19? Why did 19 not release with DX11 or 12? I don't know. Maybe it's a limitation of their engine.
You got this.
I don't know. Yeah, we might need to slice off a few bits down there. Where are we at?
You still
834,000
going
liters.
6 miles per hour?
Looks no good. Oh,
So I think my 6 is faster than your 6.
Wool's 731. Hey, Wool's 731.
I can tell you, I'm not loading it tonight. I got 20 minutes. I'm gonna turn into pumpkin tonight.
let me dig some more through Steam and see if I can't.
I gotta render a video, then go to bed. But I'll be
Upcoming.
back tomorrow, probably around 10, 11.
2 for me.
Tomorrow I'm in office.
No
Get on.
cheating.
I'll get on early. Before I go into the work, before I get ready. After 6 or 7, I still have to finish that Elderholt map. So it'll probably be closer to 7 or 8. Dang thing.
Elderholt.
Yeah, that's how I'm getting. Yeah, I don't see it anymore. I don't see it listed here.
You ever notice when you stack these bales over by the grass that after you move one layer, the top bale and the second one falls down every once in a while?
Yes. So what I do, Darren, is the very
Alpine,
first one I kind of
Platinum,
push in.
Older
Right.
Guard.
Yeah. And I think it's because there's a little hill right there.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of, the stack is kind of running uphill.
Holy cow.
I just make sure you guys notice the two.
Oh yeah. That's kind of frustrating because you're like, damn it.
Owls. Oh, crows. No, crows don't. No.
No blue light special for you.
Crows are just visual. They don't do anything. If owning a dog increases your yield, then I'll never have increased yield.
Pull from the save game, the numbers climb.
Too many. Oh, look, we got 20 minutes. Look how much we got left.
That's probably do it. We don't have another silo yet.
Not quite. When we get down the other end, I need to cut a couple passes off. Are you talking about the cows being
Should be a
overfed?
good money day.
So, so typically the food stuff is base game supposed to be good for 10 days. Now, there is a minimum amount that you can put in the trough, or a minimum maximum. So let's say you have 1 cow. The maximum minimum, it's a little weird to say, but is, let's say, 1,000 liters that you can put in the food trough. And that 1 cow isn't going to eat 1,000 liters of product over 10 days. So it's going to feel like they're not eating much. But if you put 10 cows in there, then you're going to be over that limit over 10 days, and then you'll kick in, and basically you'll be feeding them every 10 days. You'll be asking for 10 days worth. Now, what we're doing here on the challenge is we're not filling this all the way, nor are we really bothering with filling this all the way. The cows are still productive with it being in the red. We just keep it from getting down to 0. because basically at the end of the challenge, we're going to feed as little as we can to expend as little money as we can in order to maximize our profits.
Like the worst spot right here on the hill. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, the dog was a gimmick. The birds are a gimmick. They're nice. They're nice to see. They're just visual. Like the clouds. Not falling asleep.
He's probably talking to his viewers.
Yeah, I'm talking over top of you all constantly.
Oh my. Well.
Jeez, chatty Cathy's.
Ouch.
Chatty Cathy.
Talk about politics.
Then he'll get muted. we don't need you firing up the people in chat.
So what do you think? It'd be a good idea to take the Trump sticker off the back of the van tomorrow before I head into Baltimore for my safety, or should I just say a prayer and go?
Just go.
I don't do that because I really don't. I don't like what could happen, but I don't trust my sister because she's like overly uber into it.
Don't take the Uber. I saw a couple weeks ago what I think was an Uber driver. It was at McDonald's, of all places, and I saw in this car, this person had basically made a little cockpit out of the driver's area with like what looked like tape and plastic, so that the person sitting in the passenger seat was like, you know, quarantined off from the person in the driver. And I saw that, and our oldest was with it. Like, what the hell is that? 'Cause I think that's what Uber drivers have to do now. Like, what? Are you kidding me? It's like they took duct tape and taped like plastic around, you know, between them and the passenger, and then around their seat behind them.
It's absurd.
They don't have to do that, but I know you're not supposed to be riding up in front. You have to be like in the back seat.
Yeah, well, they got the fans on the dashboard and back, you know.
I don't know. It's a different. Hey, I'm never going to ride in an Uber. I'm never going to be inclined to order an Uber or whatever the heck it is. I had some staff that I sent off to training in Pennsylvania somewhere. And I was like, you want to rent a car? You know, they were flying up to an airport. Might have been like Pittsburgh. And I'm like, you want to rent a car from there to the hotel, which was a little ways off? They're like, no, I'll probably just get an Uber. What? The heck's that?
Right. I don't understand. I'd rather have my own car to do whatever I want.
But it's like you're gonna hire some random person drive you somewhere. I mean, I'm not that inclined to take a taxi, but at least a taxi, like in New York City, you gotta be a licensed taxi. Like, you know, a sanctioning body of taxi people. Why Uber then, Lord Thunder Monkey? Don't ask why not. Ask why.
Just West, man. Just don't know.
Right. I'll rent that car from Enterprise and I'll drive that thing like I stole it. And then I'll return it with a full tank of gas. So I don't get charged for $10 a gallon.
Anytime we go on a trip, I always rent a car. It's so cheap.
You wanna know what's really wild? When you want to order an Uber, and then it's the self-driving one that pulls up. There in Pittsburgh, they have. At least they did. They still have like a guy sitting in the front seat, just because like.
Well, if I'm going downtown, I don't want to pay to park. I'd probably take the metro.
But no, they pretty much do their own thing. It's kind of weird.
If I'm actually going to some place that has a city,
Oh,
or
my truck, it about freaks me out. I drive normal. All of a sudden, the dash is lighting up. The mirrors are blinking, saying, avoiding crash. I'm like, well, where's this crash at?
aren't you? There's a crash somewhere.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be in it, but because if I don't brake, it's like, well, man, that car was turning. I was just, you know, I lifted off the gas. We had plenty of room.
Yeah, I had it. I had it under control, truck. Calm down. Don't need to be a side seat driver slamming on your fake brake pedal that's over there.
I can't wait for self-driving cars. Just get in my car, be like, take me to work, take me a nap on the way there.
They're already here. They're full of lithium-ion batteries. They're called Tesla.
Oh, I want like the ones from like iRobot.
So what happens if you take a driving test and it's a self-driving one?
I'll tell you, around here they completely changed how to a driver's license. When the oldest got her license, so they have a class you take in high school, but that class doesn't have any road time. It's only book learning, theory learning, and then they have to have so many hours of road time with parent or guardian or somebody basically driving on their learner's permit. And then after they've done a certain amount of hours with that, we basically have to hire some like driving school to then basically do the road portion of the driving class. And then after you complete so many hours of this driving school thing, there's an instructor that rides along with you. You're in one of those cars that's got, 2 steering wheels and pedals and everything. And then apparently you have to have a rider. So she would go out for like 2 hours. She would drive for an hour and then they would switch. The person that was riding would drive for an hour. Then after you did so much of that, fills out some certificate and gives it to you, and it's basically your paper license. And then she needs to go to, we get a call at some point from court, and she goes to see a judge, and the judge basically reads her how important blah blah blah, you're driving a missile, blah blah blah. And then after that she can get her real license mailed to her. Right now she's driving around on her learner's permit with this little piece of paper saying that her learner's permit is basically her real license. Whereas back in the day, you went to the DMV and you had to go around back, you had to do this little driving course, and you had to parallel park and do all this other stuff.
Right.
And then, you didn't pass and you had to go all the way back to the DMV like a week later because you couldn't just retest or anything. It had to be so many days. Like completely different.
Oh, the Commonwealth.
Yeah, my kid lucked out. She had driver's ed, and part of driver's ed was on the road driving. And then she went back to the driver's ed lady, and they went on a route that she's done, 10 or 20 times. She comes back to school and gets a piece of paper for her license to send to the DMV.
You go.
When I did it, you had to be 16. You had to take your computer test. And then if you took your computer test, you took a driving test. And then they gave you your license that day.
All right, later, Oreo dip.
That's it.
Eight hundred and
My day,
eighty-two
didn't
thousand
even have any
liters.
sit-down exams or anything. Just one little book. You had to memorise. That was it.
Well, where we lacking the last.
Things used to be much simpler. And despite all these changes, people still can't freaking drive.
Yeah, the truth.
Oh man, they drive me nuts.
I have terrible road rage. I do.
The
Well,
only
I
thing
do
I
too.
get upset about is the left lane is for passing. Well, here in the States.
Lord Thunder Monkey, that
spend a lot
makes
of time on the interstate.
0 sense.
There's 3 lanes, and somebody's doing 5 miles less than the speed limit in the left lane, and you're just like, I'm gonna run you off the road just to prove a point.
Middle lane's
That's what the right lane is for.
right lane is the middle lane.
I have a problem with tailgating, especially when I'm going 10 or 15 over speed limit everywhere. They're up on my butt, man. The imaginary animals that run in front of me, you wouldn't believe.
Oh, don't flash your lights, Bob. Not gonna do.
Yeah,
I don't.
don't flash your lights, and don't you even think about tooting me, because I will stop in the middle of the road and get out and nab it with you.
No,
You flash your lights on me, and then I'm going to basically find the next semi, because the interstate I drive up and down has about a semi every 40 feet. I want to find the next semi, and I'm basically going to pace them for 5 to 10 miles. Or I'll just go just a hair faster than him, so you think you're gaining, and then I'll a hair slower. And then it'll just get really, really thick.
most stuff doesn't bother me, but
Hey,
you
Mouse,
got
what's
the
up?
minivan in the left lane, and there's 40 cars behind them doing 60 because that person won't pass the damn truck. And then you want to break out the law book and show people that the left lane is for passing.
So
If you're not
24.
actively passing a vehicle, you're not supposed to be in the left lane on any interstate.
Oh, we were at plus 27 when we were all the way on the other side. Somehow we miscalculated? I don't know. Plus 24. We got more than 3 passes here. Definitely have more than 3 passes. Well, we're not going to finish the field in 2. Few passes short.
Oh man, we're at 927,000 though. Heck yeah.
Yeah, we're going to need another silo.
Slap one down here.
Few mementos.
So yeah, the left lane thing, it irks me. The other thing that kind of irks me is like if I'm in the middle lane or the right lane and somebody passes me and then gets in front of me and slows down, I'm just like, what was the point of this?
They're in a hurry to get around you.
Okay.
I know. Fly past you just to get off the next exit. So then you pass them as they're slowing down on the exit.
Yeah. It's just like, what do you do?
I'm glad you got here faster. See you later.
What is wrong with you people? But I don't get angry. I just sip my coffee and sigh.
And you say, oh, I don't remember. Blank. You're not going to be wanting me to see you later. Me first. Me first. All right, guys. So that is going to do us for the night. We are.
I'm not good yet.
Well,
you know,
on
I mean,
our way.
Come up to the window. It's like I'm like, so how far along aren't you the guy with the experimental baby, and you're a little late for delivery?
We are well on our way to 1 million. I have no doubt we're going to be over
I like
1
being
million
creative like
by the
that.
time we are done
Makes me
this
think
field,
This guy's just weird.
this cut, which means that we are going to be easily 1.5 million. Next
I don't
cut,
want to mess with this guy. He's weird.
I expect the next cut is going to be done around Thursday.
Not the other one. It's like, well, hey, cutie, I'm
Tune
glad
in
you
on
kept
Thursday
up with me. I was
stream
hoping we could go
on-
get coffee together.
for sugarcane, and we'll probably stream on what's today, Monday. Probably stream on Wednesday. We're doing some more grass.
Yeah, I'm with you.
No
Darren,
doubt.
Because
Check
I'm
the
usually
Google
doing
spreadsheet
10, 15
in the
over
description.
speed limit.
It will be basically, hopefully, kept up to date
People
with
just
bank balances
Flying.
and
now.
where we are with respect to our challenge. Check out Raznik's channel tomorrow
Actively passing.
for
Just give me
a
moment,
vote
I'll be out your way.
on what
Crazy
the next conditions,
You see, that
we are
annoys
gonna
me.
have to
I
contend
overtake
with
someone
next
and
week.
They flash me, like say,
which is going to be the last week
So what are
of
you
the
flashing
challenge.
me? That makes me so angry. I've not made you, cause you to swerve, slow down, or anything. Just mind your own business.
So until next
Why
time,
you gotta
guys.
flash me?
Oh, go forward, go forward.
I do.
Happy
I literally
farming.
See red.